I'll make sure.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
What's up, man?
so we literally just I think started going live. Actually, we just hit the play button. But I'm really thankful for you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here and hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it. We're really excited.
So we are actually live now. So hey guys, so we had some technical difficulties hopping in, but we're here now. So this is our third live interview. We got Paul J Lipsky in the house. He's gonna be explaining his drop shipping career and everything. So say what's up, Paul.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's awesome. So we're super excited for this interview. We got 8 great questions for you. So they're filled with all drop shipping.
Nice. I'm ready for them.
Okay, so I mean, we'll give it a little bit for people that you want to give a little spiel about the channel.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute myself for a second and make sure my dog stops barking. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
Yep.
It's okay.
Okay, so while Paul's doing that, actually, we're gonna give you a little update about ourselves because we're going on vacation in like 5 or 4 days here.
Yeah, 5
so
days.
We're gonna be out of town, and we're gonna still try to schedule some live interviews, and we're gonna still do some lives. But I have like 3 or 4 videos right now saved for when we're on vacation, so I'll upload those. But then we'll try to also do some live streams as well. So seems like Paul's back. He's got his dog with him now.
Yeah, he's every time I go live or have a conference call, that's when he starts barking. I don't know what it is. So
he likes the attention.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. So our first question for you is, why did you start to dropship?
So my background was pretty like normal, straightforward, like what, every kind of parent wants you to do, like went to school, went to college, didn't really know what I wanted to do after college. So I was like, oh, I'll go to law school. Why not? I actually really liked law school. And it was really great experience because I really learned like how to concentrate. Like it's the way it trains your mind to just pay attention and to concentrate and to be able to sit and just study for like 8 hours a day or more, 10 hours, 16 hours. So it was really beneficial in that regard. But once I left law school, I just could never quite find a job that I loved. And I had one job that my commute was 2 hours each way. And yeah, it was insane. So like some nights I would crash on my parents' couch because they live closer to work, or not my parents' couch, my old bedroom, let's be honest. But so I was like, I can't keep doing this. Either I got to find a better job or I have to, find something completely different. So I started to say like, oh, maybe I can do like law work online. So I started to look at that and I was like, no, this is like very tricky because there's a lot of confidentiality things and being online, it gets a little tricky. Not that it's impossible. And then I started reading about e-commerce. So I was like, oh, like this looks interesting. This is something I could do on the side. So I started to explore it. I tried some things. It did really bad. I didn't do well. I was trying like Shopify, niche sites. None of that stuff worked. Then I got a better job. So after my Shopify store kind of failed, I was like, okay, that failed. I got a better job. So, it's over now. So I started working the other job. It was a good job. I really liked it. But that was still like itching at the back of my mind that I failed. And it was just kind of driving me nuts. So I was like, I have to try something else. Like I just got to do it. Like I got to prove to myself that I can make like $100 online. That was my first goal. But I'd blown through my whole budget. Trying like different websites. So I didn't have any money left to like invest in something big. So I heard about eBay dropshipping. I was like, oh, this could work because it's free to sign up for eBay pretty much. With dropshipping, you don't have to buy items until someone buys them from you. So I was like, oh, this is something I could probably start doing right away. So I gave it a shot and it started working for me. So, that's pretty much how I got started with it.
Yeah.
That's so awesome to hear that. Cause I mean, we definitely haven't tried as much as you have, but we're kind of in the situation of like, where do we go now? Like, we don't have that much capital to like buy like wholesale,
and stuff
wholesale
like that,
drop shipping. So
or private label.
yeah.
So drop shipping definitely seems like something like in our future. Like
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And like I know you guys are doing like the thrifting and the flipping thing. And I looked into that briefly, but because I was like commuting 2 hours each way and living in the city where it's, you know, hard to get around with like a car, I was like, I don't think that's gonna be a good fit for me.
Yeah.
So like I know, you know, as obviously people are crushing that and doing super well with that.
Yeah.
So but it just wouldn't have worked for my situation at the time.
Yeah,
you know
it didn't make sense for where you lived because it's such a hard area to get around in.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they even have thrift stores in New York City? Like
they do.
Yeah.
And I went to one when I was trying to figure this all out, and it's just like wiped clean. Because what happens is there are these people who stand outside the thrift stores,
really,
and will ask you what you're bringing in, and then buy the good stuff.
Oh no!
They'll just buy it right from you.
That's crazy. All right, so I guess number 2, it would be: do you believe that dropshipping is achievable for anybody to do?
I think for most people, it's definitely something you could do. You know, the thing about it is that I think a lot of people see it and think, oh, this is something super easy. It's not going to take any work to do it, but it does take work. So if you're not willing to put in the hard work, you're not going to be able to achieve anything like this, in my opinion. But I think most people can make it work. It's something you can do from your laptop, from pretty much anywhere in the world, to get started and to get going with it. So I think most people can do it. You got to have like a basic knowledge of how to use the internet. I always say that if you can copy and paste and you've ever bought anything online before, then you're set.
Oh, that's perfect for me. That's all I know. That's perfect.
That's cool to hear though. That mean like you just got to put the hard work into it and it's achievable.
Yeah.
So number 3 would be: what were some of the things that you did to start drop shipping?
So one of the first things I did was I was trying to find like a good mentor. That didn't work out so well. I think when I started, so like way back when drop shipping like first started coming around, like nobody was talking about it. This was like years and years ago. And then some people started talking about it and like put information out there about it. And then like a couple more years passed and nobody was continuing to like update people and like tell people the new strategies. So like everything on the internet was outdated and old. So a lot of it was just a lot of trial and error, finding things that didn't work and ruling those out, and then trying things that do work. And then just, you know, if something worked, I would have to say, okay, this works. Now I'm going to repeat it like 100 times. Right.
Okay.
So that was a lot of it in the beginning for me.
That's pretty cool. Just to like repeat and repeat, just do and repeat.
Trial.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So for number 4, we have: for someone just starting out with little capital, would you suggest manual drop shipping or using softwares? So
increasingly what I'm finding, today's February 22nd, like this could change like next week. I feel like eBay drop shipping is always going through changes. But right now what we're finding is that really the stores that do better are ones that are more manual, I would say. I wouldn't call them 100% manual. Something I'm calling more like almost like the only word I can think of for is called like a chameleon account, because chameleon kind of like blends in. It looks like any other account. So eBay looks at it and says, oh, that's just like another regular account. But it does use software. It's not software free.
Okay.
But there's really cheap software. You can get software for like $15 a month that will reprice items for you and let you list items up in a matter of seconds onto eBay.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot easier then.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's worth it, even when because that even comes with a trial, like a 2-week trial.
Yeah.
And you get started with that, and it's plenty of time to get started.
Yeah, for sure. 2 weeks it seems like it can all happen so fast. Like you could list something literally in one day and just start like the sales.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks would definitely be enough time to test that out. So then number 5 for our question is, do you believe dropshipping is something that'll continue for a while, or do you think that bigger companies are going to try and stop it?
I think it's going to keep going and going. Dropshipping is a model that's been around since the beginning of commerce. People like my mom, when she was a kid, used to get these magazines, or even when I was a kid, used to get these magazines in the mail. And those magazines were from a company, but they didn't have the products. Like you call them up, order it. Those were drop shipped. Walmart drop ships, Home Depot drop ships, Wayfair is pretty much all drop shipping. So I think drop shipping is going to continue to be around. It's obviously going to change, just like any other platform. But it's still going to be around. Like I remember a couple years ago, Amazon FBA, like private label FBA, went through some big changes with the way you get reviews for products, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, the sky's falling, it's over." But people are still crushing it.
Yeah.
You guys probably know that like every day the thrift stores or like Target makes it harder and harder for you guys to buy products, but people still continue to find ways to work with the system and adapt.
You're right. Yeah.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's a really good point. So number 6 is, what were some sacrifices that you had to make in order to begin?
Time. A lot of time.
All right.
It took a lot of time to really get things going, because like I said, I didn't really have good direction in the beginning. So it was just countless hours of trial and error. And it's still like the biggest sacrifice is time. Luckily, I've been able to outsource a lot of it to virtual assistants, but now I have new responsibilities with like YouTube and students in my course. So yeah.
Definitely a lot of time. But we have a lot of time, so
there you go.
So number 7 is, why gift cards?
Yeah, we've been curious on seeing all these gift cards that you got to get, like Home Depot gift cards or something. So
okay.
On that.
So let me explain. So you can use gift cards to like buy your items online. So there's a couple of benefits of them. So I do a lot of shopping on Home Depot, and their website's just really like tricky. For some reason, when we enter in a credit card, like it never works. So we pay with a gift card and it works. So that's kind of the benefit there. So sometimes it's as simple as that. Or the other benefit is I can give the gift cards to my virtual assistants, and then I'm not giving them my credit card.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like I know with some gift cards, I don't know about online, but in store, like you can use like card holder coupons, without actually having like a credit card to that store. Like I don't know if you know what I mean, but
no, actually I don't.
I don't know what you
okay,
mean.
so like at Macy's, if you had Macy's,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, Macy's credit card, like they would send out just Macy's credit card coupons. But if you had a gift card, you could also use those coupons. So I didn't know if that was like maybe another benefit that you used.
No, not really. I mean, those coupons, a lot of times you can't use them online anyway. You can only use them in store. Okay. For some suppliers, especially Home Depot. But the other benefit of gift cards is that you can sometimes find discounted ones. So you can get like a $100 gift card for like $95.
Yeah.
And that adds up over time. So
exactly. Yeah. $5 here, $5 there.
Yeah.
That's smart though. That's like tricky and smart.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be smart about it, because you want to make sure you know where the gift cards are coming from.
Yeah.
But there are legitimate websites that sell them, like raise.com is a pretty legit website you can check out. Yeah.
All right. And then finally, number 8, it's more of a personal question for me, but you think someone like me should just quit their job and do this full time?
I'm not going to answer that question. It's really tough. No, because I never want someone to quit their job before they're making enough to sustain themselves. I'm just a very cautious person. Like I was doing drop shipping for a long time before I quit my job. And even then it was a really hard decision. But it just, again, it came down to time. Like I physically could not do it any longer. And that's the point I came to. I actually went past that point and then quit my job,
Oh no.
Yeah, there's so many factors. Like if you're just miserable at your job and you hate it and you're just miserable every second you're there, and that might and it's a job that you could easily get again, or another job you can easily get again. That's one thing. But if you're like okay at your job and it was a good job and it's going to be hard to get it again, that's a harder decision to make. And no one can make that decision except for you. Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm struggling with that because I want to put so much time into this, but I have a full-time job outside of this that I have to put all of my other responsibilities into, and so it's tough.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, especially now that you're on YouTube and on Instagram. But one of the things that I found when I was working my job and doing everything else is that it really pushed me to make sure that every moment when I wasn't working at my job and was working like on my business, that I was super laser focused. Like I'd be walking back from work and planning out in my head, like every detailed step I would have to take to get a new video made. Yeah. And I would get home, like I would wake up early some days and set up like my camera and everything. And then, so right when I got back from work, I could just sit down, record the video, and like everything was like super ready to go. And since then, I've become like a little bit lazier. Like, I have time to do it. Yeah. So it's like,
I just got to stay laser focused.
Yeah.
That's
one of our things is we just kind of like get off topic all the time when we're like either doing inventory or something, and then it's just, or like when someone goes live and just drop everything on the live stream.
Yeah, not the best, but all right. Well,
so do we got any questions from any of the
I didn't even check, sorry.
Let's see.
No. Sully said, I like the manual versus software question, though.
Oh, that's Sully? Yeah.
Yeah. He's all manual. All right, well.
I mean, yeah, that was, I think you did great answering all the questions.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. And anytime. Just let me know.
Yeah, that was
really appreciate it.
And you guys are up in Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we should meet up sometime. Maybe I'll come to like one of the thrifting meetups. I won't belong there, but I'll come anyway.
Well, we were thinking of coming down to your meetup, but we're actually going to be in San Jose.
Yeah.
So, that's a much better place.
We'll be there till the 8th.
A little bit warmer.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And anything you want to say before we end this, I guess?
Just whatever, whoever's watching this, whatever you want to do, whatever it is that you want to achieve, just pick a way to get there and go all in with it. You're probably, not probably, there's a lot of you who might be watching this who are like looking at one form of business, another form of business, another form of business. You just got to pick one. You just got to go all in with it, and you'll see success in any number of different avenues. It doesn't have to be drop shipping. It doesn't have to be thrifting. Just pick one, go all in.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you very much for that. That was very inspirational.
Yes. So guys, if you haven't already, I mean, pretty sure you probably are, but subscribe to Paul's channel. I got it in the description below. Yeah. So he's got great content about drop shipping, and he's a really helpful guy. And pretty much if you ask him a question, he's going to get back to you. So he's awesome. So that was our third live interview. So thank you, Paul, again. Really appreciated that.
Of course. And thanks for having me on.
Yep. And thank you for all the viewers. Make sure to smash that like button. And yeah, stay tuned for the next interview.
All right.
Peace, guys.